Hi guys, I would like to show you how I built my PDA for my FS25 mod map. I don't know if it's a good or the best way, but since I didn't find any real instructions on how other modders build their PDA, I came up with my own approach. Here I used the free tool Figma, which you can use in your browser or install locally on your computer. However, since I also use my own script to place all the trees on the overview, the tool must be installed locally, otherwise they are not supporting. They not support to run your local scripts. If you don't know Figma yet, you may have to find your way around first, but I think if you have worked with it a bit, you will get along very well. So let's start. Yes, here in Figma you see all the stuff which is important now is surrounded by a frame called Map Overview. The frame is of course 2048 to 2048 pixels, because the final dimensions of the PDA should be that size. Yeah, you can see in this selection there are a lot of parts because they are all important for our map overview. All these parts are sorted by the heat they are displayed on the map overview. So that means you see trees is on top of this list, so trees are placed in front of everything. You can see here there is some gray button under the trees, for example. Yes, to start building the PDA like I do, first you have to make a screenshot of your map. I did this in Giants Editor. So to show you, I will hide all the stuff which is painted on the PDA. You see in the background there is a mainly green colored background with some structured. That's made to by fill those frame with an image. You can do your own style, of course. So yeah, here on bottom of this list you can see there's a picture named screenshot. That was my screenshot I did in Giants Editor. You see that's really bad quality, but it's good enough to work with it for us. Because you see all the roads, all the field rays, and that's the most important thing for us. Yeah, I think to build all the streets and the field rays is also the most time wasting part, but if you have done it once, you will never have to do it again, because if you want to make some updates, that's really easy. So I will show you how I did this. You see that's all these parts are named like the things they will show. So on part roads you see there are the lines which I painted like they are shown on the background. But maybe it would be the best way to show you how I did this at the beginning. So I will hide it again, and by print a pen button I can start printing a new line. That means now you can draw all streets, and if you click and hold the button you can bend those streets so you can make a nice looking curves. And yeah, now you can click and hold all the time to repaint your streets. After you have printed your stroke, you can press escape to escape from the pen menu, and on the right menu you can style now the stroke. So you see the road is a little bit brighter than the actual stroke. You can select here the weight, but I don't want to be black. I think gray is better for such a street. You can also, if you want to, don't have some hard ways here, you can make a blur there. So I have, I don't know, a layer blur. There you can make looking that way, maybe a little bit is looking the best. Yeah, this way you can paint all your roads. I don't want to do this again now, so I delete these. Yes, so I will show you all the roads I did, and the same with field rays. These are different vectors because I just styled them different. So all the vector groups are mainly one different style. So you can see here the field rays are, I would say, a little bit brown. So that's the way I did it with all things that are looking like a stroke, I would say. So the field rays, the roads, also with the water, so there's a stroke. There is just special, I fill it with an image which is blue with some structure in it, so that it isn't just blue, because I think it's a little bit better that way. But I can repeat, you can use or build your own style, of course. So the next step, I think, are the buildings. I structured them in building red, building gray, so that means there are some buildings with a red roof, some buildings with a gray roof, just to make it a little bit more colored. So if you select one of these parts, you can press Ctrl and make double click, so you can to pencil more shapes. For example, here is one more house. I start painting here, painting, painting, painting. And you see, if you have a full area, this one is painted exactly in the same style the other buildings are. Yeah, so that's the way I did all these stuff. Nothing special more, except the trees. Here, maybe I can show you now all the parts here. They aren't special, it's always the same. So special maybe my football field, but that's just a picture inserted in. Yeah, try out yourself, you can build your own PDA. Play around with Figma, and I think that will work very well. I can also hide the screenshot. Now it looks pretty better still. Yeah, you can see here I have a railroad styled black. But yeah, you can do your own style. Maybe you can show me later. That, yeah, would be very nice. Maybe your styles are nicer than mine. Maybe I changed something. If you can give me some tips. Yeah, but let's come to the last point, the trees. I can show them first. The trees are special. I have some fixed trees in parts where I really want to, yeah, no, exactly here. At the main farm there are two trees which I want to display exactly in my PDA. Yes, but in general I have some pictures here. You see some trees, some broadleaf trees. There are, I think, 5 or 6 different trees, and they are scaled different to make it look nicer. Yeah, and like I called, all these trays are placed randomly. To run this, I made my own script. To import and script, yeah, I show you. You can have to click here, the F menu, to plugins, to development, and you see here, here's my script, already listed. I will put my script or download link into the description, so you can use my script. And if you have to download the script, you have to click import plugin from Manifest, and in the folder of the script there is a manifest.xml file which you have to select now, and after you did this you have those plugin in Figma. If you did this, you can click those actions button, and under plugins and widgets you can see there is a random tree scatter by Alice Run Designs, and that's the UI I built. There you can make some settings of a min scale, a max scale of all these tree shapes, the maximum trees you want to build, the maximum attempts. Yeah, the script is working that way that it makes a maximum of 14 attempts to build a tree. So in every attempt the script will randomly make one coordinate, one XY coordinate, and after that they look if there should be a tree placed. If not, the script will don't place a tree. If there is forest, like you see here, then it will place a tree, and after an amount of 600 trees are built, it will finish, or it will finish after the max attempts will reach. The min distance attribute call which amount of pixels should be between two trees. Yes, I made 2 templates, one for a forest template and one for a broadleaf forest, because they have different settings, but you can use your own settings here, and after that you can click place trees. I will show you that later. First I show you what you have to do before this. And the group trees, I showed you the fixed ones, and then I have a group for broadleaf trees and one group for forest. First I can show you broadleaf forest. Now be really careful because that's important. First there have to be a group called trees, exactly like that, where are all the placed trees after you run the script. And after that there should be a vector called border, which I hate normally, but I can show you. Now it's because this vector is used to look up if there should be a tree placed or not. So if you click again Control and double click on the shape, you can edit this shape. It's really important that you don't use there some, show you some lines with you bend, because if you do this the script will fail. So I delete this, just make clear lines. And at the final you have to make a full area. If it isn't painted automatically, you can click those paint button or press Shift B, so you can paint such an area. That's important. because otherwise the script don't know where to don't know that there should be trees. So the next group is the templates group. There I place the templates which I use in my broadleaf forest. So I did these 6 pictures, yes. They can be hide here. So to run the script now, first I can hide border. To run the script, it's important that you select broadleaf forest group. If it is selected, go into this UI script, and I want to load my broadleaf forest template. And after that, I click place trees. That takes a minute. It depends on the settings you did. Yes, it's finished. I think that duration was about 3 or 4 minutes. You see, it's called that 1200 trees are placed. And yeah, forested exactly the same. There's a trees group, there's a border. I can show you. All these areas should be forest. There are templates, which you can see here. The difference is that I use different templates, so because of that I made these 2 forest groups. If you want more, if you want more or less, feel free, you can do it. The important thing is that these groups and the border are named exactly like that and are in that sorting. So yeah, I hope I could show you how I built my PDA. Again, I don't know if it's perfect, if it's good, but I think it's a way. I like this way because, again, if I want to do an update, maybe the streets are a little bit different. It isn't hard to do this. It's really easy. I think that's the most positive thing of this way. So I have, I don't know, hide the templates. So that's the actual version of my PDA. Yeah, let me see your results if you do it the same way. If not, it's also okay. I want to show it. And so have fun with it, and goodbye.